he now says it was fake. First, he admits to it. No, if I recall, if I'm trying to remember what I saw, because he subsequently apparently he deleted the post. I don't follow him, but you know, people post all the conversations. Said it was fake, and then a chat leaks where it turns out that he had actually put in their arms. Now, interestingly, one of their members was justifying what arms meant. You know, all the fire has gone to Barka Vormawor. But one of their leaders, I think it was AKUFO-ADDO or so, was saying that when it comes to arms, it's not necessarily, when it comes to weapons and arms, it's not necessarily guns.
Guns, yeah.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking what machetes, cudgels, bows and arrows, clubs, knives. Look at the UK, because they don't have access to guns. Knives are the thing.
Yeah.
Young people wield knives and stab people. That's the epidemic in the UK, because access to guns is not there. Go to the US. Now we have, look at what happened in the border town, Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Was it 13 kids, 2 teachers, gunned down by a disgruntled young teenager or whatever, who was unhappy about God knows what. So you tell us that your concerns are so valid that you need to arm yourself, yet you point fingers at the same security that you're asking for protection on the day. Mind you, when in the interview he pointed to Occupy Ghana. Occupy Ghana is not
That's
the last.
Bernard Mona.
No, Barka. Occupy Ghana certainly isn't the last protest. There have been several protests. I remember even the NDC held a protest where if you see the footage, you see their members pretending to cry and all that abysmal how do you call it, protest, which I think was in 2019, late 2019 or so. It was after that weekend Ghana had gone to play Egypt or something. So I remember, because some of their leaders in the protest hopped right from a plane, jumped into the protest, looking all fresh. Nothing happened to them, not a single whip or ask how do you call it, and let me reference our very own Gabi Ochidako, who got quite the beating of his life when they did the Let My Vote Count protest. How many people have you seen getting beat up in a protest since this administration took office? Now I want to say that,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I want to add that it does not, you see, when somebody wants please
don't be distracted by him. That's what it tends to.
And here I don't even want us to do the MPP NDC thing. When it comes to somebody who wants to exercise their rights, but then says that I want to exercise that right by holding a weapon or by employing a private security which holds weapons. For what reason? What is so dire in this country at this point for you to use that option?
To drive home the message.
Of what?
Of police excesses, police brutality, and the fact that they are not safe with the police.
If I want to drive down the point of police brutality, I would rather go unarmed and hope that the police get triggered to beat me up to make the point. I would rather go unarmed with nothing. Just if it probably should be a how do you call it, foundation garment, how do you call it, match. They just wear their singlets and their underpants so that we know that they are not carrying anything. We see that in full view, and then if they get out of hand and the police get triggered, we'll see the reaction of the police. Honestly, I do not think that if you want to show police brutality, we've seen the yellow vests protests. Yellow vest protests, none of them, and this was in how do you call it, in France. None of them were holding weapons. None of them were holding cudgels. At best, they have spray cans and go and spray on walls and do graffiti and whatnot. Let's not, especially, you see, it's nuanced. A cool, a man or a young man who romanticizes cruise, for which reason he's tried to incite one, came from the UK to seek fame. He's not getting the traction he wants, so constantly he's looking for avenues to trigger something that will make him a household name in Ghana. Look, there are several ways to as we say, prove a point. And it saddens me that for somebody like that, it took this incident. And this incident has put a huge dent in the credibility of the organization. In fact, you would see some of their followers, and these were neutral people who were not really paying, who do not do the whole, oh, it's not MPP, NDC, oh, these people are, yes, you need to fix the country. When you ask them what fix the country means, they can't even pinpoint what exactly it is they want to convey. But yes, there are so many things that we need to fix. So now they are questioning his mindset, they are questioning his rationale, they are questioning the interest of the parties after. And when it happened, guess what? The chief backers or vocalists behind them, Captain Smart distanced himself, Okateche himself has also said no, that wasn't what they agreed to. He knows nothing about it. And now he's standing alone and saying that, and quoting Kweku, what's his name, Black Sheriff's song, and saying, who never effed up, quote unquote, hands up in the air. Like, is it a joke to him? I don't get how we seem to, you know, I'm waiting for a point where cancel culture becomes a real thing, where when people like the likes of him seem to get a voice because some media houses amplify what he says, people will say no, this is it. You can't destabilize this peace-loving country. Yes, we get into heated debates sometimes. Yes, we disagree, but it should never be that we set a precedent where somebody says we are going on an armed protest and then they follow. Do you know the implications of that? Even to signal to these so-called terrorist-loving people who seem to be finding an appetite in making Ghana a home state. I think that we should call a spade a spade. It was very, very wrong. It was worrying. Look, beyond, sometimes I say sometimes we need to do a psych evaluation of some of the people who want to enter certain spaces. Me, honestly, stop distracting me.
Don't look at me.
Let him sit this way.
Look at me.
And then ensure that at least we all agree. It's not about MPP, CCP. No. There
are certain things that we should agree
that
this
things
is,
that there should not be any grave areas where we are all in line to say that no. Yes, we do agree that there are challenges, we do agree that there are different ideologies, there are different political parties. But when a single individual wants to use that avenue to his own personal end, we call it out and condemn it as it should.
Okay. All right, let me